everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. So much has been going on here lately. I've been excited to jump on here and spend some time with you. Hope you had a great holiday. Hope you're able to spend time with family, get a break from work, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's been crazy here and I can't wait to share with you. Today we've got all kinds of cool stuff to show you. I've got a haul on 8-track tapes and vintage mixtapes. I've got a box full of free records. I'm going to tell you how I got that. And even a review of a new CD player from HOTT. We're going to get all of that in front of you right away. You're not going to want to miss this.
Welcome to Record-ology.
Was not planning on putting this into today's show, but my friend Fardamark, check out his channel, link in the description below, was very generous and sent me sort of a surprise box full of goodies. So I thought we would take a look. A lot of 8-track stuff, and a lot of you guys are interested in 8-track. In fact, it's because of you that I got into 8-track at all. I totally wasn't planning on doing it, but here we are. So he properly restores all of his 8-tracks. So all these pinch rollers will be cleaned, deoxified, the pads will be replaced. If they are felt pressure pads, those will be replaced as well. The splices will be new and ready to be played. So let's see what we got here. Ray Conniff, good background music, ambient 60s music. We've got some George Shearing, this will be like jazz piano. George Shearing was on a Peggy Lee record that I got recently, playing piano. He's actually blind, so that ought to be cool. This is awesome. One thing I love about 8-tracks is the design of the cassette shells that are different from one brand to another. This is a 3-tab tape. You can see the 3 tabs right there. That means it's a lot easier to work on. You can actually just insert a screwdriver and pop those tabs on. And we've done videos on how to do that. These ones all seem pretty light in color. But you can see there are differences. So like one record label might be using a different stock than another record label, et cetera, et cetera. And then this, there's a couple more here. So yeah, this is neat. Really neat stuff. Dick Clark. I got this on vinyl. That's a cool album. Very, very cool. There's a foil splice in case you ever wanted to see what one looked like. It literally, the sensing foil is just literally a piece of tape, adhesive tape, that is metallic. This is a Fardamark original that he, took a shell from an existing one. I don't know if he put in new tape stock or re-recorded on another one, but yeah, this is super cool. This is recorded in 2016. Isn't that neat? Like essentially a new 8-track. So that'll be really fun. He's legendary for his epic mixtape. So that was an amazing gift. He also gifted me with this 7-inch tape reel. Again, one of his mixtapes. And look at the detail. Look at the detail. Like, it's wrapped in plastic. It's a nice dark oxide mixture. The tape itself, the formulation is a good mixture. He's got the period correct labeling, and I just think that is really cool. And his brand and his logo and his characters here, which is all just super, super neat. He also included another tape reel. This is going to be used for a project that I am helping him with. So it is just blank tape, and it's a little loose on the reel there, so I need to tighten that up. But I'm going to be doing a little dubbing project, a little recording project on the side. And then he even included a couple of his compact cassette tape mixes. This stuff is great to work by, absolutely great to work by. And what's neat is he'll use different vintage tape stocks. So look at this, a DAC tape, which is, I believe this company is still in business, but look at the window on that. I've never seen a compact cassette with that large of a window. And he even has the J card in here, which is these little touches, they're great. This is just fun stuff. This is physical media at its finest. This one has a different tape blank that he used, a very nice Memorex. So this is a chrome Memorex. We have some records to look at now, and I scored these for free, and I'll tell you all about it here in a second. Do me a favor, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying this video, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe real quick while getting ready for the next shot here. I would greatly appreciate that. So we have actually done complete shows about free records, how to get them, But I'm always curious what your guys' tips are for getting free records, and it seems crazy and incredible when you consider that a new record off the store shelf can cost you $30 for a modern release. How I found this box is it was just somebody locally was cleaning out their garage, and they didn't want to deal with, selling them out individually. They decided that off the bat they weren't worth anything, which is unique because a lot of times people that have records think that they're worth way more than they really are. So it was kind of refreshing to have somebody think that they're not worth anything. And again, I'm not here for the dollar value. I'm here for the historic value, right? So I haven't looked through these. I've saved that. I do know there's a Bing Crosby right on top. I couldn't help but look. But yeah, it's just a box full of records. Come pick it up, and now they're yours. So I can tell that there's some that are broken in here. Besides that, I have no idea what we're in for. So I thought we would just reposition the camera so we could dig and check this out together. And again, I am always curious, what your input, what your tips are. So to begin with, yes, we've got a beautiful blue label Decca, Bing Crosby Whistling in the Wildwood. And this is just so cool. If I Had My Way. On the flip side, we got a nice Columbia label. Let's look at the actual disc itself. Make sure it's not chipped, that there's no obvious issues. It looks beautiful. All of these are going to be dusty. I can just smell. It smells like an antique store. You know that smell? So I will definitely be Cloroxing the counter after this. Some things in the box too, some crumbs of things I don't know about. So this is probably something we need to get off of the counter sooner than later. But let's continue the dig here and see what else we've got. I'm going to try and go a little bit quick through these just for time's sake. We've got another Bing Crosby, DeCamptown braces, and Dolores on the flip side in a very interesting domino sleeve. Got another Decca Danny Boy. Ooh, look at this. That is cool. Oh, that is cool. And on the flip side, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Wow. This person liked Bing Crosby. They must have had pretty good taste, in my opinion. There's a Bing Crosby Andrews Sisters. Good grief. Oh, Judy Garland. Cool. And you see the good ones, you're like, the extra good ones, you're like, please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. What is this? It's hard to even read the label. What an interesting thing. Like they've scratched off the actual title there. Very, very interesting. Ooh, Doris Day on Columbia. I usually don't get excited about a boring red Columbia label, but Doris Day's good stuff. All right, we got Freddie Slack, In the Heart of Dreamland on Capitol Records. I need to check these out in, better detail going forward, but what is this? Another Bing Crosby. This label looks like it's been exposed to the elements. Bing Crosby, You Are the One. Wow, a lot of Bing Crosby here, and I love Bing Crosby. Cool, the ink spots. That is good stuff. These Decca labels are fantastic. Oh, this is old. Ooh, this is an older Victor. This is probably an acoustic record. The Music Lesson. The Duncan Sisters. And on the flip side, Baby Sister Blues. Very neat. I'm going to put these in smaller stacks that don't put as much weight stress on them. Decca, Bing Crosby, and Mary Martin. Wow. This is some old material. Here's a Decca personality series. So this is the Three Caballeros, Bing Crosby and the Andrews Sisters. That is so cool. Oh, you know it was going to happen. Ooh, Lazy River by Benny Goodman is destroyed. Oh. Fardamark is a collector of Benny Goodman, so that's going to break his heart. So that's our first broken one. We knew it was going to happen. That is sad right there. That's really not good. Oh, and the dust, the powder. This is an interesting record. It looks like it's made in Panama. Very interesting. Huh. Okay. We've got more Bing Crosby, Daydreaming. This is a massive Bing Crosby haul. What a surprise. This is great. San Fernando Valley. This is insane, you guys. This was for free. Decca Band. Happy Birthday and Auld Lang Syne. The song that you sing at New Year's. How about that? Followed by, on the back side, the flip side there, Home Sweet Home. Frank Sinatra on Columbia. Cool. Frank Sinatra's Columbia years. I love that era of his career. I think that's some of his finest music. King Records, Johnny Long and his orchestra. Very cool Victor sleeve. That's, half of the find, in my opinion, are these beautiful sleeves. Fisk University Jubilee Singers. Very cool. It's just so interesting. Sweet Adeline by the Mills Brothers. I love the Mills Brothers, so that's a treasure. Oh, these need to be cleaned up. Burt Williams. Ooh, these are some old records. Oh, this is an interesting one. I think this is a one-sided. Yep. Awesome. Check that out. And also, this material is lighter. It doesn't feel like the same weight as regular shellac disc record. That is interesting. I'm going to set that aside as a point of interest. I want to learn more about that. Here's another one of these records, a Panama label, perhaps. Another old Victor. A lot of times, the older Victor labels get extra big, so that's kind of interesting. Laverne. I need to get new sleeves on these. Al Jolson, that's crazy. Al Jolson. Really neat. And on the back, Billy Murray. Brunswick. Really neat. Xavier Cugat. So this was a big band, sort of like a Latin-themed big band. Very good music. Another one from that Panama label. Columbia release, Teddy Wilson. Teddy Wilson's awesome. Oh, I see some broken records. No. Say It Ain't So. Show tunes of Jerome Kern. It's another name behind a lot of songs that you know. Brazil by Jimmy Dorsey. That's a classic big band. His brother Tommy Dorsey as well. Let's Polka. Heartbreaking to see this. I mean, what do you do? I feel it's hard to even throw that stuff away. What was it? Here's an old Brunswick, also suffered a similar fate. Ella Fitzgerald, who took over. That's a great song. That was actually I think that was Elvis's first recording, My Happiness, which he sung for his mom on a private recording. But Ella Fitzgerald took over as leader of the Chick Webb Orchestra when Chick Webb died. And she was only like 19 years old. And obviously the rest is history. Hey Baba Rebob by Lionel Hampton. I also love Lionel Hampton. This is, classic jazz. Absolutely classic jazz. Here's another old Victor. Guy Lombardo, another classic big band. Ooh, another one-sided record, which is so cool. Victor, 10-inch record. Isn't that cool to see that? I think that's real. Ooh, this is an old one. Oh, yeah. This is an acoustic recording for sure. That is incredible. We got another Sinatra. Ooh, a Bluebird. All right. Well, look at the run-out groove on that. Dinah Shore. Yes, My Darling Daughter. That's one of my favorite big band songs. Wow. On the flip side, Down Argentina Way. Look at the run-out groove. That's unique for a 78. Usually they would modulate all the way across there. There's a Victor Sing Magazine Record of the Year release. That is cool. Perry Como. That's another remarkable one right there. Oh, 11:60 p.m. with Kitty Kalin, one of my all-time favorites. I can't believe that. Oh, that is so cool. I can't believe I have a copy of that now. That is awesome. This one's got a chip. Not good to see that chip in there. But this is still look at this price, 75 cents in the U.S. That is an early record. Frank Sinatra, Harry James, Blue Skies by Johnny Long and his orchestra. Really neat. Look at this. I don't even know what is on this record, dude. This thing needs cleaning bad. And like I said before, I don't like cleaning these in the spin clean. Bing Crosby's Star Spangled Banner. It is chipped, but still playable after the chip, so I'll probably hold on to that. No. Oh, please don't be broken. Oh, wow. I have never... Look at this color of this. Vocalion Records. Heaven at the End of the Road. Price $1.25. Wow. 1921. I have never seen a record this color before, especially a shellac. That is so cool. Now, this needs to get out of the house as soon as possible, along with the broken record. So, you want to see something that may hurt you? We're going to... Oh, God. No, that was dumb. That was really dumb. Okay. Not going to do that again. We're going to gently put in the broken records. And we're going to quickly get this out of the house and move on to our review. Next up, we are going to review this new CD player from HOTT. Now, I disagree with a lot of folks out there that say that there's no good new CD players being made. HOTT is a brand that you will see a lot on Amazon. This will be the third CD player of theirs we've reviewed. So far, they're all good. There was a fantastic video that came out this weekend by a colleague of mine here on YouTube. His channel is called This Does Not Compute. It was about CD players from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, and sort of broke it down by decade and feature set and price. Designed really for people getting into the compact disc format as it starts to experience what it looks like its own renaissance, which is, its own resurgence. It's bizarre. Many of us never thought it would happen. It never really died off completely, but it looks like it's poised to show growth. They've actually, according to his video, which I'll link down below, compact discs are selling more this year than they have last year, which is the first time CD sales have grown in like 20 some odd years. So that being said, new CD players will be coming on the market. This is one of those players. So HOTT has a lot of different CD players. This is one of the three that we've previously reviewed, and it's more of their basic model. You can tell because it uses AA's instead of an internal rechargeable battery like this guy will have. This, just for clarity, is the CD204. Some people like the idea of alkaline batteries. Some people like the idea of an internal rechargeable battery. And there are arguments for both sides. This one's cool, like the matte finish, but I just want to kind of show this as a sort of a baseline. In terms of feature set, new CD players often will allow you to charge, or to power, not charge, but to power the unit off of USB. Sometimes there's multiple headphone jacks. This one, again, is pretty bare bones, so it's just got the basic functionality there. 2 slots for a small disc and for a large disc. Display on top. That is sort of a reference point, but let's look at this. This is model CD711T, and this is a black one as well. I do like their packaging. I think it looks sharp. One thing that I was thinking about when I was watching that video that I just mentioned was the DAC, and the DAC is something that experienced a change right around 1991-ish, where we went from the old 16-bit DACs to modern 1-bit DACs that use noise shaping and dithering. That's an important part of any digital audio player, CD players included. So to me, it's like, why don't they don't, you'll never see that listed anywhere on the box anymore. It's just, even in the specifications, my guess is that we won't see anything about it. So form factor wise, you can see that it's very similar to this base unit. This does have some added feature set, which I would like to go over. One modern feature that HOTT doesn't seem to have on any of their units, as far as I can tell, is SD cards. And SD cards is a cool feature, or TF cards, same thing, to have on a compact disc player, because you can load it up with MP3s. So let's go ahead and see what's included in the box to begin with. This is interesting. And a little audio cable there. Interesting looking headphones. Some paperwork. And a USB cable, so you can power it off of USB. Again, it won't charge off of USB, but you can power it off of USB. Let's go straight to the specifications, because what I'm really interested in is the audio quality, seeing if we can find where that is listed. So for specifications, this is all we get. So MP3, CD-R, CD-RW, supports DA, MP3, WMA, on data discs. Charge time 2 to 3 hours, play time 8 to 10 hours. But yeah, no mention of the audio quality. We see a SNR, a distortion, and that's about it. I would really like to know the DAC being used, and maybe we'll never know that. But let's go ahead and look at the CD player itself. Let's start on the bottom here. So it does have a hold switch so that when you don't want to be accidentally pressing buttons, you don't have to. There is the label, customer service information, serial number is just a paper sticker. That's kind of interesting. Rubberized feet down there. Looking at the edge here, we do have a volume knob, which is always my preference over a button volume control. We've got the latch to open it. It looks like it has one headphone jack, which is good enough. Line outputs, you don't really see those, unfortunately, on newer units. There's the 5-volt USB power jack there. Again, that doesn't charge, that just powers it. A reset button, which is interesting. I haven't seen that before. And that's it for the bottom edge. So obviously one of the most noticeable differences off of the base model unit is the finish. This one is glossy where this one is flat. You know what? I would prefer flat actually because you're not going to pick up fingerprints. As you can see, this one already is. It looks cool at first glance because oh, it's shiny. All shiny things, kind of a deal. But a matte finish is going to be much more conducive to not having fingerprints on it. We've got a directory button, an anti-skip protection button. If we can turn the ASP off, that's a good thing, because the downside with skip protection is oftentimes the audio is buffered, not oftentimes, always the audio is buffered into RAM and played back sometimes in lossy compression. One of the beautiful things about compact disc is it's lossless digital audio. It's lossless digital audio, 16-bit, 44.1 hertz sample rate. It's a fantastic, fantastic audio format. Even more than 40 years after its initial design, it still is a audiophile grade experience. So if you dumb it down by buffering it and playing it back in lossy compression, then you turned your high resolution CDs into lossy streaming quality, which is a bummer. Transport controls on the bottom. That's an ear with I'm not sure if that's a volume. What? No, that wouldn't be volume. What is that? We'll have to figure out what that is. A memory button, so it is programmable, and a Bluetooth. This will transmit Bluetooth. Why would you want that? In this scenario, Bluetooth transmission is primarily designed for car use. So if you have a car, like many of us do, that doesn't have a tape player, CD player, or any player in it other than a radio and a Bluetooth connection, maybe a line input, well, this allows you to play those CDs in those cars again. Looking at the guide here, it looks like that button is for the EQ settings. So it's got a bass mode, pop, jazz, rock, classic, and hopefully flat, because that's usually where I leave mine. I literally just had to look up how to turn it on because there's no obvious power button. It turns out it's the play button. So the directory switch button is only going to be active once you have a disk in there with data files, so MP3s or WMAs, whatever it said it could play. So that will allow you to surf between the different folders and the file structure on those disks. When you have a regular CD, it's not going to allow you to do anything with that. The ASP, you know what, we need to put a disc in here. Let's start with that. Today we're going to be using Jimmy Buffett's Songs, what is this called? Songs You Know by Heart. It's kind of a Jimmy Buffett's greatest hits. You guys want to get an album of Jimmy Buffett music, you don't have one yet, this is the one to get. I love it. Every song on here is good. So as you can see, the disc occupies most of the real estate in here. It's a little bit wider on this side, but that looks cool. I like this sort of, I can't tell if that's like a gray or sort of a gold tone or tan plastic kind of offset, which is nice. That kind of goes nicely with the black and gray plastics. But that is what it looks like under the hood. If you look under the lid there, because it does have the display on the top, it's got a ribbon cable down there at the hinge, and then all of this up here. So that is what it looks like under the hood. And then I'm going to see how long it takes for the discs to spin up. It's been in there about 5 seconds. That's pretty typical. So it started by showing you kind of the capacity of the disc, how much music was on there, and then it just starts playing track 1. So let's see if we press this button. You can just turn it off. So that is excellent. So that means turn off the ASP, the anti-skip protection. It's going to skip every time you jostle it but the audio you get is going to be full resolution. It's going to be full uncompressed. And then if you're jogging or whatever and sound quality isn't as important in that moment, you can then hit the ASP button and you get that shock protection, possibly at the cost or the expense of some audio quality, although it doesn't say those types of specs. So I have no idea if and or what. Let's check out the this button right here. So BBS, which is a bass boost system, pop, jazz, rock, classic, and then off for flat, which is where I leave it. So that's a Bluetooth button, which you press and hold. You can see it starts flashing in Bluetooth, which makes it discoverable. And then when you turn on your Bluetooth receiving device, whether it's headphones or a speaker or your car stereo system, you're able then to connect the device and listen to it over Bluetooth. And then if I click on this just once, it's actually a mode switch. I thought that was a memory switch. Shuffle mode, repeat one, repeat all, and off. So this is not a programmable CD. So from a functionality standpoint, it is fairly basic. Let's go ahead and connect it to a speaker and give it a quick listen. So this is kind of funny. I was in the process of connecting my little Bluetooth speaker here, which has a line input. And before I could even plug this in, these two devices had paired each other to each other. So I guess we'll just listen over the Bluetooth connection. I'll throw this cable out of the way here, and here we got some music here by Jimmy Buffett playing from the HOTT CD player over Bluetooth on my mono microphone. It's in intro mode, which is perfect. This is going to be mono because that's all that I've got. The only microphone I've got connected right now is mono. So that was a happy accident. This is cool. I wish it was backlit. I think that is a feature that it should have. And besides that, it's got the features that are pretty common these days. The Bluetooth transmit. I wish it had the SD card. How about the headphones though? By the way, I take back what I was saying about it not being programmable. Apparently this button has yet another feature, and that is the program functionality. So that's cool. You can program in tracks and listen to songs in your particular order. You see that ribbon cable back there? It's like rubbing when it opens and closes. So it like makes this sound. Okay, I'm nitpicking, right? I am nitpicking. So I did listen with these headphones that came with it. Not that cable, but these headphones. And it was just like you'd expect. It was okay. These are not going to ever be the best headphones. I have gotten great headphones included with an item before. It's just not with this one. But plugged in some really good headphones and it sounded fantastic. I mean, absolutely lush, gorgeous sound. I think that this is a good unit. It's got amazing sound staging, amazing sound quality, very full, rich, great bass, good feature set. This particular one isn't my favorite of favorites because, like I said, it's got that reflective mirror-like finish that catches fingerprints. It doesn't have an SD card. It doesn't have a backlit display. But it's still a good CD player. So if you're interested, there's nothing I can say in terms of why this wouldn't be a good investment as a CD player for you. By the way, I do like from styling aesthetic, I think that is sort of like a rose gold kind of look down there. I think that looks pretty sharp. Okay, guys, and that is going to do it for today. A link in the description for the CD player. And more importantly, I want to hear from you. If you have any tips on getting free records, what you thought of the things that we got today. And again, a big thank you to Fardamark for these amazing mixtapes and for the gift of these 8-tracks. They're very cool, very neat. I can't wait to listen to them. And I do actually listen to this stuff, and I'm excited to share more of it with you in the future on the show. But that's enough for one episode. Thank you guys so very much. Happy record hunting, and we'll see you in just a few days.